Hello everyone, welcome to this JavaScript tutorial video series. In this particular tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to create this simple to-do application using JavaScript. This particular to-do application will have two parts. One is an input box, another one is a button. When you enter something into the input box, when you click on the button add, the list item will be added. So let's say for example, here I'm going to say subscribe, and then when I click this button add, this particular thing will be added to the list. In case if you want to delete any of the items from this list, you can simply utilize this delete button so that you can be able to delete that particular item. So this is exactly what you are going to learn in this particular tutorial. I hope you are ready. Let's get started. I'm going to open my text editor. Here I'm going to have my basic HTML boilerplate. Within this HTML, I want to have a div with a class name called to do container. So let me say div. I want to give a class for this one. The name of the class can be anything. In this case, I'm just going to give a name as to do container. This is my main div. Inside the div, I'm going to have a h2. For this particular h2, this is a title that I want to have. So let me just copy the whole part from the design, and then I'm going to paste them here. If you go back to the design, this one has got another two parts. One is an input box, another one is a button. For me to have these two parts, I'm going to create another div. The class name for this one is input section. And then within this div, I'm going to have the input type. I'm going to say this is a text. I also want to give a, let me get rid of this one. I want to give a placeholder. So let me just give an ID in this case. Name of the ID can be anything, but in this case I'm going to use name of the ID as a task input. I also want to have a button. So for this button the label is add. I want to give a class name for this button just to style. I think that's it. Let me save and open this one with my browser. This is how it's going to look like. Now the next step is to add some bit of CSS so that this particular page can look better than the way that is looking now. I'm not going to teach you how to work with CSS because this tutorial is purely for JavaScript, but I have already prepared some CSS for this particular project. I'm going to copy paste that CSS. I'm sure that you can able to work with the CSS on your own, but if you need the same CSS that I'm using, you can also pause the video and copy the CSS. So here is the CSS that I have added. There is nothing much here. Basically I'm doing something for the body section. I've selected that first div with the class name called to do container. I'm also adding some style to the h2. For the input section, this is for the another div that I have inside. This is for the input. When I focus on the input, I have added some style. This is for the button, and when I hover on the button, these are the styles that I want to see. So now let's go back to the original design to see how does this one would look like. I think this is how it's going to look like. Now our major concern is on the JavaScript part. So let's work with the JavaScript. So below this div, I'm going to have the script tag. Within the script tag, I'm going to have my JavaScript. So basically the idea here is this. When you enter something on this input box, I want to add that item to the list, isn't it so? So what is the first thing? We need to target this particular input box. For us to target that particular input box, I'm going to create a variable. Name of the variable can be anything. I'm going to say input equals. How am I going to target this particular input box? I'm sure that you have noticed here I have given an ID for that particular input field. So I'm going to use document.getElement by ID, and then I'm going to use the name of the ID. Name of the ID in this case is task input. What does that mean? With this one, I will be able to reach that input field. My intention is not to reach that input field, but to get the value from that input field, isn't it so? So this variable input will allow me to reach that input field. If I want to collect the value that the user is going to enter from there, I'm going to use the method name called value. So this method basically going to return the value that the user is going to enter into that particular input field. Now I want to store that one into a variable. A name of the variable can be anything, but for this particular example, I'm going to use the variable name as task text. I hope this makes sense, right? Now if you could notice, when I enter something, when I click on this button, that's when I want to add that item to the list, isn't it so? So what I'm going to do, I'm going back to my HTML. Here I'm going to add an event name called onClick, because when I click on the button, that's when I want to perform this action. I'm just going to give a name for this particular function. The name of the function can be anything. Let me say in this case add task, and then I'm going to create a function here with that name, because the whole thing is going to be executed only when I click on that button. So make sure to put everything inside this particular function add task, because when I click on this button, that's when this particular function is going to be executed. So basically here this line is we are targeting the input box. Now this particular line is we are actually getting the value from that input box. Now what is next? We have to make sure that the value that we are collecting from that particular input box is not empty. For that I'm going to say if this particular variable task text should not be empty. If this is not empty, what does that mean? We need to display them like a list, isn't it so? So if this is not empty, let's say for example I am going to put something here. Yes, this is not empty. When I click this button, I want to add this item below like a list. So for that what I am going to do, in my HTML, after this div, I am going to create an UL because I want to display them like a list. Within this UL, I am going to create LI. Within that LI, I want to put those items. So for that, the first thing that I am going to do them here is to create that LI, because I want to display them like a list. For us to create any element in JavaScript, we use document.createElement method. So what element do you want to create? I want to create a list. What is the next thing? I also want to create a span tag, because I'm sure that you know when we use span, everything will be displayed on the same line. So I'm going to create a span element as well. I hope this makes sense. I'm sure that you have understood why we are creating these two. It's basically when that input field is not empty, we want to display them like a list. So for us to create them like a list, first we need to create those elements. I'm creating an li. So this li, we are going to have span tag. Within this span tag, I'm going to have that particular text. So for that, I'm going to say span is the name of the variable dot. If you want to get the text content, we use the method name called text content. The content will be coming from this particular variable task text, isn't it so? Okay. Then the next thing, if you go back to the original design, this is a span, this is a text. Now what else is there apart from the text content? We also have the delete button with this particular icon. So what is next? We need to create that particular element. How do we create that particular element? We can say const delete button. How do we create delete button? In the same way, document dot create element. This time we want to create a button, isn't it so? And then what is the value for the button? The value for the button is this particular icon, isn't it so? How do we do that? The same way that we did it previously. Here we are going to say delete button dot text content. The text content for this one is a what? That delete icon. If you want to get that icon, you press Windows key together with the colon. It will give you an access to this one. Here you can type cancel, then you can pick this icon. So we have created this delete button and then we had put that icon. I hope this makes sense, isn't it so? So let's say for example, for this particular delete button, I want to add some styling. So for that what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do delete button dot. How do we add a class name in JavaScript? We use the method name called class name equals. Now give a class name for this one, delete button. So we don't have any styling for this one. So let's create that class here. So we can add the styles that you want. So this is a style that I'm going to use for this particular delete button. I have added a style to this particular delete button that I have created. This is a class. I'm sure that you can able to see the style here. When I hover, this is a style and this is some basic styling. Let me save. Let's go back and refresh. Let me put something here, Ranjan, and then when I click add, nothing is displayed. Is because we need to append this one to the UL, because everything is hanging there in the LI. We need to take everything to this particular UL for us to see the results. So for that, what am I going to do? I'm simply going to say li dot append child. First we are going to append the span to the li. We also want to li dot append child. We also append the delete button to the li. Finally we are going to take this li to this particular ul. So let me just give an id to this one. The name of the ID can be anything. I'm going to say task list. So now this li contains both span tag as well as the delete button. Let me take these two things to the ul here. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to say document.getElementById. by id. What is the name of the id for the ul? Now I have targeted that particular ul. Now I'm going to say append child. Who is the child here now? Li. Let me save. Let's go back and refresh. Let me put something here. Ranjan. When I click add, the item is not being added. Why is it not added? Maybe I have to remove this. These are not the reason why it is not working. When I put the single code, it will consider like an element. In this case, span and delete delbtn are not an element. These are variables. Let me save and refresh. Let me put something here. When I click add, now I'm sure that the item has been added, but the styling here looks pathetic, isn't it so? Let's add some styling for ul and li. So I go up here. Before the delete button, I want to style my ul. So I have added some styling for my another list as well as for the lists items, and when I hover on that one, this is the style that I have added. Let me save. Let's go back and refresh to see how does this one would look like. I'm going to say hello now. When I click add, now it looks better. But when I click on this delete icon, the item is not being removed. The reason why this particular item is not being removed is because we did not include any event for this particular button. So for that, we are going back. So here, even here, we need to target that delete button dot on click. Let's have some arrow function and then write the action that you want to perform. What do you want to do? Li dot remove. What does that mean, li dot remove? When you click on that delete button, you want to remove the list item from the ul. Let me save. Let's go back and refresh. I'm going to put something Ranjan. Click add. When I click, now it has disappeared because previously we did not have this event. As a result, we failed to remove. Now we added that event on click, and then we are trying to detach that particular element from the list using this li.remove. Now we are able to remove that particular item. I don't know if you could notice there is one last thing that we need to do. I'm going to add. You see this Ranjan here is not going anywhere. So next time if you want to type something, you actually have to delete that one. Let's say for example you want to clear that input field. There is this built-in function that you can use. So basically the built-in function for that one is you can say input dot value equals empty string. What it does, it makes sure that after you add the button, this box will become empty. So let me refresh. I'm going to say Ranjan. When I click add, you see this field has been cleared. It's because of this particular method input dot value. There is this other thing that I also want you to know. Let's say for example, if you don't put anything here, according to the condition that we have written them here, this particular part is not going to be executed, isn't it so? So let's say for example you're not entering anything. When you click add, nothing will happen. Is because of this particular if condition that we have. Let's say for example, instead of you leaving it blank, you're trying to use the backspace like this. In this case, this particular if condition will become true. As a result, it will add that empty space to the list. What I mean is like this. If you want to prevent this, you can use a built-in JavaScript function name called trim. What this trim method does here is simply it removes any tab space or backspace from this input field. When it removes that backspace or tab space, that particular if condition will become false. As a result, you will not be able to have such things in your list item. So now let me refresh. Let me just use the backspace. You hit add, nothing will happen. It's because of that trim function, unless if there is something here. I hope you have learned something from this tutorial. If you like this video, do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe the channel. Thank you.